folks, how you all doing? Welcome to the channel, Across the Six here. Hope you're having a wonderful day, really do. We're in the Christmas period, so yeah, well, another year is just about done, isn't it? So, but I wish you and your loved ones a very Merry Christmas, and I hope you have the most wonderful time and fill yourself stupid with loads of food and beverages, but just be careful with the beverages because it can do lots of damage to you. But you don't want to hear that. What you're here for is this, the UDES 1516. I've been after this tank for quite some time, I might say, and I've come up against it on the battlefield a fair few times, and it's just always kicked my ass pretty much most of the time, especially when this thing's hull down. When it's not hull down, it's very, very easy to pen. Just aim for the hull of this thing and you'll pen it every time. A tier 6 could pen this, no problem at all. But the turret armour is what it's all about. If you get this thing hull down with 13 degrees of gun depression and 25 degrees of gun elevation, this thing is just going to bounce shot after shot after shot. But I thought I'd bring you in for my very first game in this tank to see how we do. But before we do that, I'm just going to go into a few little bits about it. I'm not going to bore you with all the mundane details. Just very quickly of what's recommended if you're considering getting this tank, or if you've got this tank and you're not doing so well in it or whatever. And I'm not saying this is the right or wrong way. I'm just saying this is the recommendations of the crew skills and what equipment and whatnot you should run on the tank. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. So without further ado, let's get into it. So for the commander, I transferred a crew over, and it came with the brothers in arms, and I obviously wanted to reset and retrain the crew with new skills that was relevant to the tank. And unfortunately, I couldn't change the brothers in arms initially. It's not to say that you shouldn't have brothers in arms, it's just that it's not the major qualification you should have right off the bat. But they do recommend, highly recommend, you get repairs, camouflage and recon and firefighting. So the firefighting is the next one that I'm probably going to start training up on this one. The camouflage rating on this tank is very, very good. 747, which is pretty decent for a tier 10 medium. Very decent. And again, brothers in arms, repairs, concealment and deadeye. And again, firefighting. They do say that the fire chance on this thing, it will catch fire, but I'm running an automatic fire extinguisher in the first instance just until I can get my crew trained up on these and then start on my firefighting. And once they're trained up, then I'll obviously take that automatic fire extinguisher off and change it for something else. But for my driver, again, brothers in arms, repairs, concealment and off-road driving. And really, that's pretty much all I'm looking at for training. I'm not really going to go mental with it. I'm sure through a period of time I might chop and change a couple of little things here and there. But in regards to the stats of it, 440 damage output with a 254 pen on this thing it's not too bad. It's pretty decent actually, just for a standard round. But what lets this tank down, especially with the heat rounds, is the shell velocity, 840. So if you're trying to lead a tank, just go that extra bit further in front of them. It might even be worthwhile, certainly just to practice with it, to go into the training room with one of your mates and try getting them running back and forth, and you just trying to gauge how far ahead of the tank you need to go to lead it in order to get your shot in. Because I've fired a few times now at moving vehicles in the Swedish tanks, and I find the ones with the low velocity, shell velocity generally tend to miss most of the time because I just haven't quite mastered that, but I am working on it. But overall, I've been after this tank for quite some time, and yeah, I'm looking forward to the first game. So I thought I'd take you into the first game with me and see how we got on. So without further ado, let's get on with it and let's go into the first game. So we're here on Glacier in a tier 10 matchup, tier 10, tier 9 matchup. So for me personally, I'm just thinking I want to go to the middle for that obvious ridge line to try and get as close as I can, because this isn't a long distance firing machine. It's not that accurate at distance. You will hit some shots, but you're more likely to hit your shots when you're a little bit closer. I think they say within 150 meters of your target is the optimum range for you to start playing with this tank. So I'm going to put it to the test. I'm going to go to that middle ridge line and just try and do the best I can, really. And that's all you can do, isn't it, in this game? Because sometimes you have absolute garbage games. Like yesterday for me, most of the games were just horrific, and you just lose the will to live, and you just think, I can't even be bothered playing this game. I just can't. It's just crazy. So, but you just got to take the rough with the smooth, haven't you? And just keep going, keep plodding on, keep going. That's what we all do. We all have our crap games, even the Unicums, all the games that you see on YouTube, mostly, you know, they're games that have either been stitched together or whatever to show the highlights of the best parts of the players' games. Not that I would ever do that, because I'm beer league. I've realised that I'm crap, and I'll have a lot of crap games, and I'll have a few decent games, and the decent games make it up for me for the crap games. So you just gotta suck it up, buttercup, and just keep going. That's what they're saying, it. Suck it up, buttercup, keep going. Anyway, good news is our Canadian friend, the Angry Canadian, is back. He's now a fully fledged member of our clan. So hopefully bring you a few videos with some of his commentary, shall we say. So looking forward to that, but we'll see how it goes. He's early on in it, so we're giving him a few weeks grace period to get used to the keys and all that kind of stuff before I start bringing some commentary on it, which so far I have to say has been hilarious, but it wouldn't be fair for me to bring it out just yet, because we've got to give him a chance to get a little bit of playtime in so that he can get used to it, because it wouldn't be fair to bring it out just now, that's for sure. But anyway, just watch this space, and if you like my videos, as I say, I would appreciate if you would like and subscribe. It's completely free, and you can unsubscribe at any time you want, and I appreciate that. But it really helps my videos out to try and get the videos out there. So if you'd be kind to do it, that would be very, very good. You don't have to, of course, but if you do, it would be wonderful. But anyway, so I'm trying to work this ridge line. See if we can get this Kramwagen out. He's taken a couple of shots at me and bounced a couple of times. It's that 140, that pesky 140 that keeps hitting me and keeps penning me. But I think I'm over peaking. I think that's what I'm doing wrong there, is I'm over peaking. I'm not giving the tank chance to get in and get fully situated so that the back comes up and I get the full 13 degrees of gun depression. But we'll just keep working on him. Bit by bit, little by little, I should say. That's for sure. Now, luckily for me, there's no artillery in this game, because I don't know what this tank will be like under artillery fire. If it's my usual standard, it would take me out pretty quickly. He's just trying to sneak across the ridgeline there. Is he trying to get a shot at me? I think he did, yeah, he did. He tried to take a shot at me. I don't know whether he shot me. Well, he must have saw me because I was spotted there. But anyway, so yeah, artillery. I don't know what this tank's going to be like when artillery gets a bead on it. If it's, as I say, if it's to my usual standard, it'll probably knock the crap out of me and put me back to the garage early in the game, I should imagine. But I've got the automatic fire extinguisher on this thing. Oh, there we go. You just made a huge mistake there, 140, pushing out like that. You were in the perfect position to slowly whittle me down, which you were doing quite successfully. But now it's my turn. Suck on that. Back to the garage for you. Or as Clicey would say, no fun for you. So, can't get a shot of this little light tank. So, I can see they're trying to push up the middle of T57 there, and I'm just thinking, right, can I turn and can I help this chap up on the hillside there? And I know that there was an E3 close to him. There's E3 there. So, are they going to try and push up into him? If they do, then they're making a huge mistake. That's the thing with this game, isn't it? It's trying to recognise when people are making mistakes and you punish them for them mistakes. And that's not always easy to do, is it? Because you've got to have, you know, eyes in the back of your head most of the time. And I guess it's all just about map awareness, isn't it? So let's see if we can take the C3 out before he gets to our compadre there. We do. We take him out. Now, I am aware that E50's there, so I've got to be careful in case he tries to come around the back of me. Or, well, we've got that tank behind us, the E3 behind us, so he's given overwatch, so he's a lot less likely to try and push through that little ravine that I'm just coming up to now. So I guess all I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to work this thing on the ridge lines, because I don't really want to push out and expose myself, especially with the hull armour that is as poor as it is, 50 to the front, 50 to the side and 30 to the rear. So even a tier 6 tank can pen this thing without too much problem. But it's all about keeping it hull down, and that's how you play this. And all the maps that we've got in the game, bar probably 1 or 2 I should imagine, have all got pretty decent hull down spots on them. For instance, I don't know on Fisherman's Bay, I'm not so sure on Fisherman's Bay how I would be, if I started on the south, how I could get this thing hull down. I'm sure I can, and it's probably just trial and error, isn't it? Just going out, and I'm not expecting to be able to do wonderful things in every game in this tank, but it's all about the mindset, isn't it, of trying to work out where you're best suited to go to on the map. So there's E50 out of the game, so there's not many left now, so we should really win this game, and I can see they're all kind of over at the A1, 2, 3 area, so I'm going to push up the hill and again try and use the gun depression of this tank to see if I can get any further shots in. So we're doing okay now at the moment. We've got over 4,000 damage. Yeah, so we're doing alright. 800 assisted damage, which isn't great, I know that, but you know, it's not a spotting tank really, is it? It's a ridge fighter, and by all accounts a very, very good ridge fighter, and so far, yeah, I would probably give it a thumbs up from me at the moment. Bearing in mind this is my first game, so I'm sure I'm going to have some really tawdry games in it with just, you know, make me question my my reasoning for getting it. But it's weird, isn't it? Because I don't know whether you find this or not, but certainly me and some of my clanmates do. That when because we generally tend to play from sort of like tier 4 through to tier 10, and we just alternate just so it doesn't become mundane and boring of playing the same tank over and over and over again. I guess it's different if you're grinding through to try and get your marks of excellence and all that kind of stuff. But we're not really interested in that. We're just interested in coming together as friends and having a laugh and shooting the breeze and just talking a load of mince most of the time. Can't believe I didn't pen him there. But yeah, so it's all about just having fun, isn't it? It really is, and that's what we do. So we just play from tier 4 through to 10 and then start back at tier 4 again, work our way back up to through to tier 10, and we have some great games and we have some crap games, and it's all about just having fun really, and that's what this game's supposed to be about. So we've got 2 tanks left. The ST1, he's just died, so we've got 1 left, which is the 752, and he's on a 1-shot. So anyway, we win the game. So yeah, not too bad. Anyway, let's go to the garage and let's see how we did. So we certainly did over 5,000 combined damage. Got a Mastery Badge class 1. So yeah, overall not too bad. We made a little bit of profit of 47,000. Catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.